Hello guys and welcome back to another movie review. So I'm actually refilming this because when I played back the original take of this, there's one point where I actually tried to quote a certain fake expletive that the nanny says, which is not in any way an actual swear, but because I have a slight speech impediment, the K part of it did not consonant enough, and it ended up sounding like a certain racial slur that I did not say, and I was like, you know what, I don't feel like tempting the YouTube hand of fate into false flagging something I did not actually say. So you know what, I'm just gonna refilm this and start over. So anyways, we are reviewing Eloise at the Plaza, which I realize I've not reviewed the first one. I've seen it. I actually own both films on DVD because I think they're so stinking cute. I think Eloise at Christmastime came out second. I know with the books it did. Therefore, I want to think that the film also would happen. I'm not entirely sure because I've seen some sources that show 1 year for its release and some that show another. So I'm very confused on this. And I don't actually know for sure, but I do know that I've owned both DVDs for years and years and years, and they are both absolutely adorable. And I loved the Eloise books all growing up, long before I knew that the Eloise books were actually inspired by Liza Minnelli as a child, because they are written by her godmother. And if you think I am kidding, the anniversary edition of the book that has like the first 4 books in one book has a little bit in the middle that's all about the author. It mentions it, it shows her picture, it's there. Don't know what to tell you. So anyways, yeah, that. So that is just a very happy accident that I happen to have been a fan of these books all along, long before I knew who Liza was, but here we are! So of course, naturally, I had to watch the movies too, right? And this is actually one film where I can say it was really, really faithfully done to the books. Like, really surprisingly well done. Usually, I have all the complaints in the world when books are made into movies because they leave so much out, and they change the character so much to where it's like a totally different animal altogether. Not the case here. They totally captured the spirit of Eloise. They capture the way she talks. They capture her zany antics. Just, oh my gosh, like they didn't try to make it their own. They just brought it to life on the screen. Here you go. So I find that really, really cool because it's so rare for me to actually see that in a movie, and to see it on one from a book that I loved so much to start with. I'm just, oh, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. Now, anyways, I know that I meant to review this back at Christmastime. I watched it at Christmastime, but then things would come up, I'd run out of time, and then I never got around to reviewing it, and then had to re-review it now. So this is why it's like the end of January, and I'm only just now getting to it, although who knows how late it'll be by the time I get this up. So, anyway. That is neither here nor there. So, basically the plot follows that of the book, in which Eloise, who lives at the plaza and has to be all up in everybody's business all of the time, always, and has her own opinions about everything, always. Geez, sound like somebody you know? Anyway, yeah, so she, actually, side note, I find it hilarious that in addition to having since learned who Eloise is based on, Mr. Salamone in the film is played by, oh crap, now I'm blanking on his name, but it's the dad from Arrested Development, which Liza was also on. Oh crap, why can't I think of his name? Normally I can. I know I did in the first take of this. Oh well. But it's the dad from Arrested Development. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, that's awesome. So, basically, he plays, not the owner of the hotel, but he's like the head desk clerk, or whatever you would call him, concierge maybe, I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of amusing to me seeing that there. But the main plot of the film is that the owner of the hotel's daughter is getting married to this dude who paints himself to be this fine, upstanding young gentleman, a man of means, who will provide for her, and this, that, and the other, and will sweep her off her feet, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, apparently he's, like, dead broke. He's been borrowing money to fake it till he makes it, so he can, acquire her money. He's one of those. He's one of those. She has no idea. However, she's in love with, like, the bellboy, or, like, the bellhop, or whatever. Also, like, the waiter in the plaza, who I think was played by Gavin Creel. I don't know if he was, like, really established on Broadway yet, but he's, like, a baby in this, and it's so freaking cool to be like, hey, I know you now. I don't know that I recognized him the last time I watched it. It's been forever since I had watched this movie, to be honest. I had kind of forgotten about it until I saw it on a list of Christmas movies, because I was trying to figure out what I was going to review for this holiday season, because the intention was to review something every day. Clearly that didn't happen, but, anyway, I saw it, had to do it, but rewatching it, I was like, oh my gosh, is that? And I double checked, it is. So that's amazing. And apparently they had had chemistry years before. She had, like, moved away and moved on because she was better than that, and this, that, and the other, and this is where she met the other guy. And clearly they both still have feelings for each other, and this is where Eloise feels she has to play matchmaker, because of course she does. Because she sees a problem, she has to fix it. And, of course, many shenanigans ensue in the process. But, oh my gosh, it's just such a cute movie. There's such cute books, too, but I mean, the movie especially is so adorable. You really should watch it if you've never seen it. It's absolutely a love letter to the Plaza, as well as a love letter to the actual Eloise books. It's so well done. And there's little things that are subtleties that, when you know the books, you notice them, like Ms. Thompson. I'm like, well played. I see you. I see you referencing the author. I see you. But, there's little things like that. And I always forget, every time I've ever watched this, I always forget going in that Julie Andrews plays the nanny. Which is just so hysterical to me, to see somebody who has such a prim and proper upper-class accent having to, like, dull it down to, like, really, really lower-class British. It's so funny to me to hear that come out of her, of all people. Which, interesting side note regarding Julie Andrews, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on this channel or not. I'm sure I have, but I mean, you know how most people have, like, an inner monologue when you read, right? Apparently, most people, that inner monologue voice is their own. Mine is not and never has been. It's always been freaking Julie Andrews, and I don't know why, and I don't do it on purpose, and I never have. But anything I ever read, it's always in her voice, and it always has been since I was a teeny tiny little kid. Which, given some of the things I've read over the years, gets very interesting, and sometimes makes me hate everything, because I'm like, oh no, oh, she shouldn't be reading that. But I don't even give it a second thought, because it's just how it's always been for me. I don't know why. And apparently that's, like, a rarity when it's not your own voice. So apparently I'm a rarity, and I didn't know it till, like, several years ago when I learned that fact. I didn't know that most people's inner monologue voice matches their own. I was like, oh, well, that would be boring. I'm kind of glad mine isn't, to be honest with you, just because mine has always been different, and I guess maybe that's why I love reading so much, because it's so different. I don't know. But anyway, it makes watching anything with actual Julie Andrews in it that much more interesting, because I'm like, hey! But, anyways, I totally went off on a tangent there. I'm sorry. But anyways, so she plays the nanny in this, who just, on one hand, she's so sick of Eloise's shit, but on the other hand, she must be paid so well for her job to where she's not just walking on this. And there's other little subtleties, both in the film and in the book, that just, now knowing the history behind Eloise and who she was based on, it's like, Oh, the jet setter mom. It's so obvious now, being like, that's supposed to be Judy. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. Especially since in the film they never show her face, and I think they do that on purpose. I'm like, okay, I see you, I see you, I see you. So anyways, there's lots of little things like that when you know the ins and outs of the Eloise books that make this film just mean so much more. It just makes me giddy every time I watch it. And I feel like I notice new things every time I watch it. Oh, goodness, but it's such a fun film, even if you don't know all the ins and outs of it, even if you've never read the books. It's just a fun film that's really cute, it's really family friendly. I'm pretty sure this is, like, safe for all ages to watch. But yeah, it is absolutely adorable. I recommend it to pretty much everybody who just likes cutesy feel-good movies. So, anyways, that is my 2 cents on Eloise at Christmastime. I love, love, love this movie so much. Like, I cannot even begin to tell you. So, anyways, that is about it for this one. Go watch it. You just need to see it for yourself. That's all there is to it. So, anyways, that's it for this one. So, as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Etsy, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.